Hello? Test? Alright, you do the intro.
Suck on my nut. Suck on my nut.
You do the intro, dude.
It's the intro.
Bring us in, dude.
Alright guys, this is the fucking...
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
Hey guys, this is the first episode of our podcast. We really don't know what it's going to be about, but we're just kind of bored, so...
We're just going to be talking about anything and everything, man. From sports, music, movies, anything.
Yeah, dude. And we're going to lead off with this hilarious story, dude. Brock, lead them in on what's going on.
Sam's Club Tinder story? Alright. So I was just on Tinder one day, scrolling through. Comes up a woman, and it says she works at Sam's Club. That's where I work. And I was like, I've never seen this bitch before. No way she works there. And then Tanner just... So what he always does. And alright, she's not good looking, so we got that.
So she's mad ugly. And Brock and I do this thing where when we show each other ugly women on Tinder, it's funny to swipe right, because then, you know, it gives them false hope. It's a little fucked up, but I think it's hilarious.
It's funny.
Anyways, so he shows her to me, and I swipe right on her, and I don't think anything of it. And like a week later, I wake up to a text from Brock Amadeus that just says, "You fucked me."
I didn't even think she was gonna match with me, so she did. I didn't know that was gonna happen. And then I was just working, and this dude I work with comes up to me, and he's like, "Oh, this girl, she's talking about she matched with you." And I was like, "What? No way." And then I caught her just staring at me one day when I was working. I was like, "This bitch is weird, man." Like, I don't know. Fucked my day, though, so we got that.
Yo, so the fact that the Tinder story just got brought to real life by that makes me laugh so fucking hard. I think about it sometimes when I'm just chilling alone, dude. It makes me laugh my fucking ass off. Alright, Brock, what do you want to talk about, man?
Alright, let's talk about mid-90s now.
Alright, so recently we watched a movie, mid-90s, Jonah Hill wrote and did he produce it too?
I'm pretty sure he produced it.
So he wrote, directed, and produced it. And like going into it, I really wasn't expecting it to be like great or anything like that.
But it was a fantastic fucking movie. Go check it out if you haven't.
Bro, it's only $15 on iTunes, and I definitely suggest buying it. It was a good purchase. The cool thing about the movie is it's about skateboarding, right? So this fucking genius, it doesn't bring actors into the skating world. He went and found skateboarders and turned them into actors.
Great idea.
So dope, man. The acting is horrible. Don't get me wrong.
It's alright, I think. I think it's decent, honestly. For them being skaters, first time acting, it's pretty decent.
But it's like a big budget Hollywood movie. It
is, but they're not fucking. They don't have any like background in acting.
All right, you might be right there. The only good actor that's really in it is the guy, the main character. His name is like Sonny Sovich or something like that.
The little kid.
Yeah. Anyways. He fucking played Atreus in God of War. I don't know if you guys have ever played God of War, but it's like the best game ever. Brock, have you played it?
No. I've seen like fucking YouTube videos.
Yo, but
it's pretty.
For real though, he gets so fucking annoying because like you be playing God of War, right? And if you start.
Wait, so who is he voicing? Just like the son?
So it's Kratos' son, Atreus.
Okay, yeah.
And like the whole point of that game is that like it's a reimagining of God of War because like in the other God of Wars, he's just like this crazy badass like nomad basically that just fucks people up.
Okay.
So in this game, like his wife dies, and then he like kind of gets brought back into that world. And so he has this fucking kid named Atreus, and he shoots arrows at the enemies, which is sick.
Yeah.
But sometimes, bro, he'll just be getting his ass kicked. It's most of the game, and you just hear Kratos. He's like Atreus, like 90% of the game.
Save him and shit?
Yeah, it's the most annoying shit,
bro.
But he did a good job in mid-90s. It was a sick movie.
Great movie. Check it out, bitches, right now.
Hey, dude.
Go watch it.
Relax.
I'm just trying to... They should watch it. It's good.
You're right. They should watch it. They should watch it.
Sorry for calling you bitches, even though you might be one for watching. I don't know.
All right, what next, Brock? What do we got next?
All right, let's talk about the fucking NFL playoffs.
So... I boldly predicted the Dallas Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl. I have no idea if it's true or not.
Dumb fucking prediction.
Hey, man, fuck you. All right?
that's what I'm saying, dude. Saints are going to the Super Bowl and winning the whole thing. That's all I gotta say.
This guy's a fucking Saints dick rider. You see these colors? Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy.
Great team. Drew Brees is winning the MVP over Patrick Mahomes. That's all I gotta say right on that point.
This motherfucker, dude, I swear. Brock's team's good for 1 year, and all of a sudden he fucking turns.
We were pretty good last year, bro.
He turns into a fucking NFL aficionado. He knows.
I've been about it.
This guy, This guy, dude.
All right, so Colts and Chiefs are gonna play next week. Who do you think's winning?
I want the Colts to win, but the Chiefs are nice this year, bro. I don't know.
I think the Colts are gonna win. I think Patrick Mahomes is gonna choke, and the Chiefs are just gonna. The Colts are just gonna pull it off. It's gonna be a close-ass game, but
dude, the
Colts are winning.
Dude, it's the Colts have won like 9 of their last 10, right?
Some shit like that.
That's crazy to me, dude. It's fucking nuts.
They pulled it out of their ass and got into the fucking playoffs. Good by them. And then the Rams are gonna play either the fucking Dallas or the Eagles or the Bears, because that game's still going on right now.
That's nuts, dude. That's crazy.
And Chargers Patriots, I'm saying the Chargers are gonna win. Beat the fucking Patriots. What do you think?
Yeah, man, I don't like the Patriots. I hope they lose. You know what I fucking hate? There's so many bullshit
bandwagoners.
Dude, there's so many bullshit Patriots fans out there on the internet.
Yeah. Especially just around here in Cashford, bro.
Like, listen, bro. I don't see a Patriots fan talk about the Patriots all regular season. Whatever, they get
playoffs come.
As soon as the playoffs come, bro.
Their regular season, they were 11-5. They didn't even do that good this year. But the AFC, everyone else didn't do too hot either, so they were number 2 somehow.
I don't like the Patriots. I'll say it now. I think Tom Brady is a weird rapist. I wouldn't be surprised if he got caught fucking raping.
He kisses his son on the lips. He kisses his dad on the mouth, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? What's up with that, dude? Tom Brady, you're a fucking sick motherfucker.
This man is French kissing his fucking kids, dude.
And his father, man.
His dad.
Yeah, bro. It's fucked up.
What kind of relationship do you have to be a grown adult man and make out with your father?
Oh, fucking weird, man. I don't even know what's going through that relationship. Try some weird shit.
Some weird shit.
Got the hottest fucking wife. She's a fucking model.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if Tom Brady fucking joined Scientology. Like, him and Tom Cruise are so similar in the fact that they're just fucking weird.
He might be in it, dude. Who knows?
He probably is.
Or it was when it was like at its peak. Scientology was getting up there, and then it just swung down. Because all the Hollywood celebrities, they were fucking in it.
Bro.
Just crashed.
Dude, alright, so I watched the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
And it's like, so the guy who runs the Scientology, I believe his name is David DeCanter, something like that. David something, I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, Joe Rogan had the guy who runs Scientology's father on the podcast, bro. And these guys
I've seen this one.
Dude, these guys are so fucked up.
Yeah.
So the guy who created it, right? He just bought a yacht, and that's where like Scientology.
So they have the meetings?
Yeah, well, like it's like part of where Scientology is based out of. I'm sure they've got like a church in Los Angeles or some shit like that.
Yeah, bro. When I was walking on Hollywood Boulevard, they had like a fucking. I think they had a building or some shit because they were handing out some fucking pamphlets or something.
Fuck Scientology, bro. Anyways, there's like an air base, right?
Yeah.
And this man brought his father there, and he was basically imprisoned there for like 6 years until he escaped. And
so he was imprisoned on the yacht, or just on the air base?
It's like a naval base, I guess.
Was it abandoned or?
Oh, I guess the guy just. I mean, obviously the government doesn't own it.
Yeah.
But I think like the guy who created Scientology just bought it.
Okay.
And then like that's
just
where they
run.
Yeah, that's like where they run their operations out of, bro.
Weird.
But how the dude? He was in prison. He got out, and then the leader of Scientology, his own son, put a hit out on him. That's what he says on the Joe Rogan podcast, dude. It's fucking nuts. Like
put a hit out on him?
That's one of the best podcasts I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I love Joe Rogan to death, bro, but Joe Rogan just was not believing what he was saying. He was like, yeah, alright. That just doesn't seem plausible. It's like, dude, you don't know a douche.
Yeah.
Sometimes Joe Rogan's a douche on the podcast, so.
He can be.
Sometimes you just be saying shit, and I'm like, dude, we don't give a fuck. Like, talking about, like, being on DMT, dude.
bro. Have you done DMT? What was the experience like, man?
You fucking Jesus Christ.
Kanye West interview is gonna be fucking pretty funny, man.
I just can't even imagine what that conversation is gonna look like, dude. Kanye West.
Hey Kanye, so I heard on your song you were talking about DMT. Did you like it? How would you feel? What were you thinking, dude?
Dude, on Joe Rogan's podcast, he's like, I fucking hate Yeezys. He's like, it's the most pointless.
Hey, dude, he's been talking shit on Kanye for a minute.
I know. Now they're gonna have a fucking.
He talks shit on the Kardashians too, but that shit's fucking pretty accurate. Yeah, the video we've seen the fucking one about they were talking about Kim Kardashian, the fucking implants and all the shit she's got, and how she looked so much better before, and now she just like ruined her body. They pulled up a picture of how her like ass looks so gross in that bikini when she was on the beach.
Yeah,
just looking like she had a big diaper on
with all the cellulite.
Yeah,
that's so funny, dude. Joe Rogan.
Because that shit's just so fucking retarded. It was retarded big. I think she got it reduced, but. It was just unbelievably big. Like, no woman's ass is gonna be genetically like that.
That big, dude. You remember that video that was going around on Twitter the other, like, it was probably like a year ago, but it was Kim Kardashian, and she's like, I've never had butt implants. And then it just cuts to just a huge Kim Kardashian ass now, and what it was like before. It's so.
She looked good as fuck before, too. Like, before she got all the shit done with her face. I thought she looked fucking sexy as fuck.
Every Kardashian looks good except for Kendall Jenner.
I think, alright, Kendall Jenner, I thought she was one of the sexiest ones until I saw the pictures of her on the beach. And like, she was a little, like, her tits are just, they're weird, bro.
Dude,
weird.
What possesses you to run? First off, you're not.
She has a nice ass, but like, the fucking,
yeah,
her tits are just, they're weird.
First off, okay, so you have the body of a 13-year-old man.
Basically, that's what her tits look like.
Okay, so you have the body of a 13-year-old. What possesses you to be like, let's do a shoot on the beach where I'm running?
For real, bro. I think it might have been paparazzi, but like,
why is she nude on the beach then?
Yeah, still. Because like, she obviously knows they're gonna be following her. So.
I can't believe it. I saw it and I was like, dude.
Yeah, bro. Shit's fucking weird.
Who put this out? Kris Jenner has a great publicist. I would have made sure that shit never would have gotten out.
Yeah.
That's a career ruiner. I hate to say it. I'm all for women's rights, but Jesus Christ.
Caitlyn Jenner, not a hero. Sorry.
That's a hot take.
It was a very hot take. I'm just saying that.
I liked him better as Bruce Jenner, I'll tell you that much.
the Caitlyn part, not too much.
Dude, it's like he's Hulk, dude, and it's like Bruce Banner.
The transformation. It goes back to Bruce too.
When he gets mad, he just turns into Caitlyn Jenner.
I wonder if he ever regrets that decision. Because I feel like I don't know. I don't know why he did that.
It's just pointless, dude.
That's weird.
Okay, it's not pointless. Let me get that straight. My bad, dude.
It might be pointless though, but like on this podcast, we're gonna have a lot of hot takes that you're probably not gonna agree with. But I don't like the PC culture, so I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I will please.
Listen, man. I'm gonna try to censor myself, but it's hard now.
Well, I'm not gonna be racist in any means.
I'm not gonna be racist though.
I'm gonna try not to. All right, I won't be. I'm not racist, but
yeah,
I'll have a lot of hot takes.
So listen, we plan on having a lot of episodes. We already got a lot of stuff planned. Some of it's gonna be a little hurtful to some people. I would suggest if you don't have thick skin, maybe not view this podcast because it's probably gonna be a little rough.
Or you should still watch it. Don't be a pussy.
Support us though.
Yeah, support us for sure. Like and subscribe. You know, the YouTube thing.
Yeah. So we still haven't really decided like what the layout of this podcast is gonna be. I think
we're really just running with it at this point.
Yeah, dude, this is gonna be our first episode, so
it's gonna be a little rocky, but we'll get the hang of it in like a couple episodes.
If you're watching it and you're thinking, man, this podcast fucking sucks, you're probably right.
Don't judge us too early.
But you have to at least watch the second podcast or the third. We have a really funny episode planned for the third.
Third episode's probably gonna be the best episode we'll ever make on this.
I'm just gonna tell them.
Fuck it.
I'm not gonna do it this episode, but I'll let them know what the
just let them know.
All right. So you guys probably know I'm a good friend of Carson Jackson. He's a good friend of mine, have been for years. I personally think he's a homosexual. Gay.
homosexual. Yeah.
And first off, I would like to say I have nothing wrong with. I mean, there's nothing wrong with gay people at all. If you're gay, then whatever. Do
Whatever. Fuck it.
But Carson Jackson tries to hide it from us, even though we're very accepting of his
kind, his creed. I don't know what you call it.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm not gonna get too into it now because I will get very
too much into it. But
yeah,
we're gonna save it for the third episode because it's gonna be fucking funny, man.
I'm very passionate about it. Anyway,
that whole part of the episode's probably gonna take fucking 40 minutes just for Tanner to get it out.
So he's heard me talk about this
probably 10 times,
and I've said it to every single person that I know. And how many times have you personally watched me talk about it, and someone been like, "No, dude, there's no way he's gay."
None. It's fucking crazy, bro.
There's valid facts.
Yeah, there's valid facts. But we're also gonna let Carson come on and tell his side of the story and what he thinks. So,
and I know he shouldn't have to defend himself, even if he is gay. I just want him to be as truthful as possible.
Jesus Christ.
Because at the end of the day, dude, we love Carson Jackson to death. He just does some really weird shit sometimes.
Yeah.
But we all do.
Yeah, we're all fucking weirdos, man. Everybody in life's a weird motherfucker.
Yeah, you're right.
There's no one that's not weird.
Alright, so what do you want to get into now?
Oh, fuck. It's your turn, man.
It's my turn.
Your turn, dude. I've been throwing out some topics.
Alright, dude. So, listen to this. I'm fucking in the car the other day. And so, I understand people have road rage. I completely get it. But I don't...
get pissed off.
Brock, yo, we were just in the car going to Best Buy to buy this cord that we need. And Brock was mad as fuck. He's like, this asshole's trying to run me off the road. He was talking about it for like a minute afterwards. It was alright.
They were, dude. I'm not trying to hit another car. It's on a small neighborhood street. No need to take up fucking the whole road, basically.
But that's Hicks, though.
True. Hicks fucking suck, man. Like, alright, so we live in Casper, Wyoming, and they're probably the worst kind of people you can meet. Hicks, Dirts, they're all scum in my opinion.
So, I have had some real close friends that are Hicks in my life, and some of them I respect.
Never became friends with a Hick, don't lie. Sorry.
Brock feels a way about Hicks.
I do. I fucking hate them, dude. I don't even know why. They just fucking...
They do piss you off, though.
They do.
It's like
especially when we're going to K-Dub and shit, bro. They're just...
It's like the worst type of annoying person.
Yeah.
Like the country aspect of the Hicks, that doesn't matter to me. They're just super annoying pieces of shit.
Yeah, bro.
Most of them.
Yeah.
There's some nice people out there. But like...
They've been wearing the worst fits, too. They'll just have a normal-ass shirt on, some fucking bootcut jeans, cowboy boots, cowboy hat, got their dipping.
Or fat dip,
the fuck, bro?
If you went to high school in Wyoming, no matter where in Wyoming,
I feel bad for myself.
I can guarantee you that you've seen some gross spit somewhere. It was fucking rampant when I was in high school. I'd be walking around, there's fucking a fat glob of chew like this big in every trash can. It's fucking...
Oh, that's a good catch. I didn't expect that shit to happen. I thought I was going to drop it. But anyway, keep going.
You're the best, dude.
Alright, thanks.
But yeah, there's just a bunch of gross chew everywhere. I fucking don't like it. They all have loud, annoying trucks. Every single one of them.
My last year at K-Dub, they got like a new parking lot, and everyone just called it the fucking Hick parking lot, man. They had a whole parking lot just dedicated to themselves. Because that's where all the fucking assholes parked. And you knew it too. They'd just be walking around at lunch. I'd park there sometimes. They'd be walking around. But I'm
that's
not
where the assholes
parked. It was close to my class, man. Alright. But they'd just be walking around. One time, they were basically camping out, dude, in the fucking parking lot at lunch. So they had fucking just chairs, like the foldable chairs and shit. They just fucking had them. They're like six. They're all in a circle, just smoking on cigs. Just a weird thing, man. I don't know.
Yeah. So to cap the whole Hick conversation, I mean, we fucking hate him. Maybe one day we'll get a Hick on this podcast. I despise him. Hey, maybe one day we'll get a Hick on this podcast and
just go into him.
Try to work things out.
Work things out. We could try.
So, Brock, how was your 2018 in review?
I had a great fucking year, man. I have a good year every year, honestly. But, like...
Tell me what was...
I'm not going to be like all these other bitches who are always, like, all the little is always complaining about their year and shit, and they say, "Oh, next year's gonna be a good year," and then at the end of the year they complain about it again, same shit every fucking year. I have enough of it.
Right.
Anyway,
Get closer to the mic.
get closer.
Yeah, like right there.
Okay.
Let me hear about your year. What were the good things about it? Because I know there's plus and minuses to everybody's year.
Yeah.
Give me a couple pluses.
Basically doing the shit I love, hanging out with the homies, watching movies.
We did a lot of that.
A lot of that in the summer, especially in the summer.
So 2018.
Graduated from high school, I guess I was alright. I mean, everybody should do that. It's not fucking hard. If you can't graduate from high school, fuck man, what are you doing? Unless you like have like family issues and shit, you gotta work. But I understand that.
Listen, man, 2018 was a crazy year for me personally. It was the first year that I was completely out of high school. I graduated in 2017. Yeah. So for the people that don't know us, Kobe Hicks and I got an apartment, and it was a blast for
Great time.
like 6 months.
Had a lot of TVs.
We were doing all sorts of shit, man. Like
anything and everything.
I remember there's a story, right, where fucking I'm hanging out in my room and I'm not gonna get too in depth in it, but there was a situation that I needed to be alone in my room with somebody, okay? And so there's a couple people in my house. I think Holden, JP, somebody else was there, and I was like, "Hey, dude, can you guys like go play catch or something for just a quick little bit? I needed to do something." And so halfway through doing the thing that I was doing with this other person, I look out the window and I see they're just playing catch with this fucking blind guy.
Oh, the blind guy. Man.
So I shit you not, there's a blind guy that used to live across the street, and it wasn't in the best neighborhood. If you've been there, you know. But there's this blind guy. He used to walk around with his dog all the time, and he was a friendly dude.
Always made it home.
But he had the weirdest eyes. Like they were fucking.
I never saw his fucking eyes. He always had glasses on when I saw him.
They were gross. I won't lie to you. I'm not gonna hold you.
Were they like gray? Because that's like just
no, they weren't
weird.
They just like weren't open. Like they were sealed up, like with like crust, and like it was hard to talk to the guy. It was hard to have a nice conversation with him.
People usually leave their shit open. Did you just leave it closed, bro?
They were like fucking crusted clothes.
Like you never open them in a while.
Like you know how your eyes dry out, so you have to close your eyes.
Yeah.
I'd assume if you're blind or if you were born blind, and I'm not a doctor, so I don't fucking know. But I would assume if you're born blind or something like that, that would have something to do with it. Just off the top of my head, I don't know. But anyways, it was crusty and really gross. The guy was a nice dude. One of the nicest dudes I've ever met. Every time I talked to him,
I never talked to him once. I've just seen him walk.
I was like, wow, this is a nice guy. Anyways, I look outside, and someone throws a ball to this man and from what I see is, it looks like my friends are just bullying this blind guy, because the ball just smokes him, dude.
That's so funny. Did he catch it? Did you even catch it? You know?
I didn't. I personally.
Why were they playing catch with him? Man?
So listen. So this is why they were playing catch.
Yeah.
After what I was doing got wrapped up, I met up with them and I was like, dude, why the fuck were you bullying that blind guy? And he's like, dude, he asked to play catch with us. He wanted to do it.
What the fuck do you know they're playing catch?
He's a great hearer. I don't know.
You just hear, and he just hears the fucking ball catch someone's hands.
He's like Daredevil, dude. He's like, and he knows, dude.
Football?
Like Sherlock Holmes, yeah. Like it slows down in time, and he's like thinking in his head. And he's like,
football.
Oh, 3 paces to the left, they're playing football. I need to get over there. So, anyways, they're playing catch with this old man, and like whatever time they're having a fun time, And I guess this old man's like, yeah, come over to my house, guys. And they were a little sketched out about it at first, because like even though he's a nice guy, he's still a fucking guy off the street.
Blind guy, weird. You don't know what his house is looking like. Probably nice as fuck.
Maybe, dude. I have no idea. Anyways, bro. So they like take a step in, and the lights had been off because you're blind, so you don't need lights, which would be sick for an electric bill. But anyways,
I'm pretty sure you got lights though. I don't know.
I mean, you can use lights, but if you're blind, what's the point?
Yeah, there is no point really.
It doesn't matter.
That's not gonna help.
Yeah, it's definitely not
gonna help in the slightest.
So, anyways, they take like one step in and they're like, "Yeah, dude, we gotta get the fuck out of here." So they make some bullshit excuse or whatever. But I would say that's about halfway. That's the halfway point of how long I had been living there. We lived there for a good like 6-7 months. I'd say I was like 3 months in. But after that, every single time we saw this blind guy, he would try to invite us to his house. And I would just ignore the shit out of him.
Yeah, bro, I would too. I'd be like, no, man, I'm trying to go to your crib.
I remember one time I was trying to leave as silently as possible because he would catch us by our cars and like try to talk.
Bro, what if he knew just like the sound of your car? Just because he's blind, so you got like.
Well, if the car starts, it's over. Yeah. Like I'm fucking gone. You're not stopping me. But if he hears me shut my door,
walk to your car,
walk down my stairs into my van.
Wait, did he live across the street?
Yeah, but he was always outside.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you can't watch TV. Like, what are you gonna do for entertainment? He used to. I remember he used to sit outside and wave at the cars that are passing by. That's how keen to hearing this man was. He knew exactly how far away they were.
Just right in the middle.
So yeah. So anyways, dude, if you wanted to say like I have to be to work in 10 minutes, but he's outside.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be late, so I would close the door as quiet as possible, tiptoe down the stairs, quietly enter my door, and then just drive and fucking take off. And I remember, bro, every single time I'd start my car, you'd have to look behind him and like think like, oh fuck, there's a missed opportunity to talk to somebody, which is really sad.
Yeah. Like
there's a positive side to this story. One of the last days we're living there at these apartments, it was like a quad, like a building with 4 apartments basically, like 2 upstairs, 2 downstairs, and some people had just moved in directly like under us and then to the left.
Yeah.
And so they had just moved in. We didn't really talk to them. This was a really, really sketchy neighborhood.
Real sketchy. I almost got robbed one night, dude.
It was a bad spot. But anyways, so we never really talked to any of our neighbors. We had beef with one of them. Jake Kelly used to live next to us, which was sick.
Yeah, that was dope. So how do we just go back and
it was like we basically just owned this whole top part of this apartment complex. But anyways, there was a guy that was under us. His name was Everett. And I'll fucking never forget that guy. I love Everett with all my heart. It would be like 3 a.m. and we'd be stomping, screaming about the Mortal Kombat fight we just played, dude.
Mortal Kombat turn?
Everett never said a word. Never once said a fucking word. It was the best. It was the best time.
Oh, you're a real one for sure.
But anyways, someone had moved into this apartment, and we're getting ready to like move out. And I looked down, and the people who had moved into that apartment were like outside, like on a blanket, laying there because it was a summer day, but it was really weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
And so this lady was like, this bitch was tanning basically, right? Yeah. And so he just is sitting right next to her, just chopping. He's sitting right next to her, just fucking chopping it up, dude. And she invited him in for dinner. It was a couple. They didn't bone.
Okay.
But like, she invited him in for dinner.
I'd be a funny fucking story. Blind guy, dude.
So every time I saw him after that, he was just chilling with this bitch, dude, and her boyfriend. I'm sure they're probably chilling right now, dude.
They might be.
It was a cool story, man. It was dope. One time, so the backside of our apartment had an alley, and one time this guy's walking his dog, right? And he's in the alley because that's like part of his routine, like his route, basically. Yeah. And there were some people working on this fence that was like fucked up in the alley or whatever. The car wasn't started. They were like on lunch or something. And he just was walking, and the truck is right in the middle of the alley. And he just smokes the alley. And he's like, darn! And like some guy.
You saw that shit happen, or did he fucking?
Oh, I saw it, dude. I saw it because I was out working on my car, and I didn't have the heart to tell him, hey, stop. I should have. I'm an asshole.
It's funny as fuck,
but I kind of want to see how it played out. Anyways, dude. So like some guy gets out of the truck. He was eating lunch with him, and at first like this guy was pissed off. He's like, what the fuck? Because he thought someone was like doing something.
Realized he was blind.
And he's like, hey man, look, I'm really sorry. And like this guy's just chopping it up with him, dude. I'm trying to be as quiet as possible so I don't get entered into this conversation. Because I know my lesson. Yeah. Anyways, I fix my car. I go into my apartment. Kobe and I play a couple games of 2K. I eat. I come back out. It's probably been 3 hours. Yeah. Guess what? Still chopping up with that fucking guy. It's dark. They're definitely not working.
I mean, it makes sense because he has nothing else to do.
No, and I get it, and I'm not mad at him. But the guy he has an immaculate skill to talk, dude. It's the best.
It's because he can't see.
But okay. His other senses are enlightened.
His talking skills are better.
Anyways, dude. So yeah, so that was most of my 2018 was living in that apartment. And then JP and I got a nice condo together, and it was like the first place that I lived on my own that was like a nice spot. Like there was a bunch of old people that
Nice
lived there.
spot for a great price, honestly.
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna tell you how much I'm paying rent, but it's a fucking steal, dude. I can't believe it. Anyways, the only downside to the condo is that there's just a bunch of elderly people that live there, like just a bunch of super old fuckers.
Yeah.
Every time I'm going down the hall, I have to take out fucking people's trash because they're old as fuck and they're, you know, you're like.
Well, the guy that lives across from me, he's like, they're old as fuck, but they also have like, do they adopt a black kid? Like, what's
They
going
have
on?
a mix of interracial kids. I don't know. I don't get too much into my.
I saw my Sam's like yesterday, man. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, these guys live with Taylor's apartment. Dude, when I saw a little kid walking around with a grown white man, I was like,
It's so they try so hard at that at the it's called the Pine Tree Condominiums. They try so hard to fuck. What was I saying? Oh yeah, they try so hard to like integrate everybody so like we're all
that
like
lives there.
Yeah, like,
so
we're
they're
all
aware of each other.
we're all like one happy family or like neighborhood basically.
Cult?
Huh?
A cult?
A cult. That's
Okay.
exactly what I'm thinking.
Alright.
These fuckers are weird.
Yeah,
Anyway,
they are.
I personally don't want to be a part of this just because we're young. We're two 19, 20-year-old kids fucking hanging out there. The age gap is horrendous. I haven't seen one young person live there yet besides Kyle.
Yeah,
He lives in
Kyle.
another one. Anyways, so they have these like cookouts sometimes in the summer because there's a pool at the apartment, so they like bring a grill by the pool and like everybody can come chop it up, you know. One day, Dane and I were hungover as fuck, right? And we were mad hungry, and we didn't want to drive anywhere. And so like I go to the mini mart to grab a couple snacks, and it was so bright outside. I remember, and I like go to the mini mart to grab a couple snacks, and I come back and I see that they're cooking some shit at the pool, and it's like everybody come and hang out. So I go up to Dane, who had spent the night there that night, and I was like, "Yo, Dane, they're fucking cooking. They're giving out free hot dogs over there. We gotta go."
Yeah, dude.
So we go. We're at the pool, dude, hungover as fuck. Both have sunglasses on, not talking to anybody.
Usually eating food.
We just slam a hot dog.
Anybody come up to you?
Yeah,
okay.
We slam a hot dog, dude. Well, like no residents came up to us, but the property manager comes up to us, and he's like, "It's okay, Tanner. How's it going?" Because I'm very friendly with that guy. Because I don't want the cops to come to our house ever, you know. Because we're pretty wild, honestly. But anyways, I'm very friendly with that guy. So I'm chopping it up with him the best that I can. Like fucking, my head is pounding. I'm starved. So our goal was to eat as quick as possible.
Oh yeah, get the fuck out of there.
But we couldn't like take it to our apartment. Like thanks for the hot dogs. You know?
Just get a fucking big old plate.
Just dip. Yeah, no. So we're chilling at the pool, right? I remember I got my feet in the pool. Dane is laying down. and they're like, "All right, everybody's eating, so if you guys want to get some seconds, like, you know, come up." And that's when Dane and I are like, "Oh, bet, dude, I got like 6 bags of chips, like 3 hot dogs. I'm starved, bro." And so I'm eating, you know, and it's like residents only should be there. So I don't know. It's kind of iffy on if Dane should be there, you know. And so we're up there eating, and Bob, the property manager, is like, "Is this your roommate?" And I panicked. I scrambled, and I was like, "Yes."
Has he seen you and JP?
Oh yeah,
no,
he knows JP. Yeah. So I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Well, nice to meet you." You know, he introduced himself or whatever. So that guy probably thinks that there's 3 people living in a 2-bedroom apartment, which is fucking hilarious. Some of the funniest shit ever. But yeah, like most of my year was basically like it was moving, and there was a lot of moving parts toward it and shit. You know, I got a new job, I got a new car, I sold out. I'm a piece of shit now.
Corporate piece of shit. I mean, I work for a corporate company too, so we both sold out this shit.
Yeah, we really got to chase that bag though. Brock, I thought you were gonna go to college this year. What happened there?
I decided against it because it is a trap that the government puts you in to make you go into debt. That's my opinion on college.
Tell us how you finessed your pa for this.
All right, so I was gonna go to college, and then my dad he got me this computer because he thought I was going to college, and I just didn't go to college. And then one day, like a couple months later, he was like, "You finessed me for this computer." Like, he said that, and I was like, "I did." did, Pops. Got a fucking nice computer. There's that story.
So, here at the Amadei household, that's where we are right now. I guess we should have said that earlier. This is in Brock's.
This is my room.
Brock's room. We're probably going to be doing most of our filming here. We could do it in my apartment, but there's always people coming in and out, and it's
always got a lot of fucking people.
Yeah, to be honest with you, it gets kind of fucking annoying. But like, there's no way we're gonna be able to do this there. You know what I'm saying?
No way.
There's no possible way. So we plan on having all the homies like in this podcast.
We're gonna bring some people that we don't know too well, just in for interviews and shit.
Yeah, we want this to be like just a platform for us to talk to people, basically.
Yeah, basically,
you know? And like just share stories, have conversations, things like that. I think episode 2 we're gonna have Kobe and Dane, right?
Yeah, Kobe and Dane.
Kobe and Dane. All right, cool.
So be looking for that one. Be a good episode.
We don't know if it's gonna be like a weekly podcast or like a.
I think we should make it weekly.
I definitely think
we could.
We easily could make it weekly, but at the same time, like commitment levels to have guests on every time.
I mean, we might not have a guest on every time. But
yeah,
we'll be committed. I'm committed to this.
I'm committed to it too, so it should be fun. Yeah. But most of the time, you know me, I just spend my whole day in my house playing Skate 3.
True.
But yeah, I mean, whatever. It's been good. It's been good.
Weekly, bi-weekly, doesn't matter. Just be looking for the episodes.
Yeah, we'll drop
on our Twitters.
We're gonna definitely have Twitters, Instagrams, all that shit. You're gonna be able to find it pretty easily. I hope you guys.
You can also just listen to this too if you don't want to watch it.
We're gonna put it on
the iTunes podcast,
which is the biggest finesse. I can't believe they just.
You can just do it for free.
It's so sick.
So you listen to it for free. So there you go.
It's free, dude.
It is.
It's a free product, man.
So just listen to it if it's free, man.
Please listen to it. We're begging you. I will suck your dick if you listen to this podcast.
I'll suck your titty. Eat your vagina.
Carson will. I won't personally suck your dick, but Carson will suck your dick if you listen to this. Oh, fuck.
I have a good bit of those jokes on here, so get ready for the laughs.
Yeah, we aspire to be comedians, am I right, Brock? We're not funny at all.
Oh, yeah.
We're not even slightly funny, but we want to be funny. So we're going to try. That's basically what this podcast is. To be honest with you, what this podcast is we watch a lot of podcasts. Like the Joe Rogan podcast.
Tiger Belly.
Tiger Belly we love. The Bert Cursor podcast. Fucking Bill Burr has a funny podcast.
Yeah, that one's pretty funny.
I mean, we just like podcasts, basically. And they're super easy to make.
Oh, yeah.
And we're really fucking bored most of the time, so we figured...
Why not do this?
Anyways, yeah, we plan on putting out as many episodes as we possibly can. We're going to talk about most things. We're probably going to... I'll be honest with you, most of this podcast is just going to be us arguing about Game of Thrones.
Yeah, a lot of that.
Personally, I just don't fucking like the TV show. Like,
you want to go in there right now?
We can talk about it.
Right, let's talk about it. All right, Tanner, go. Say your shit first.
So, I just don't understand why people suffer through a whole fucking season of mediocre content.
But it's not all mediocre, though.
You gotta let me talk.
Okay. I'll let you talk first.
Okay.
All right, go.
I watched most of the first season. I watched the first 3 episodes with Carson and Dane, and then I watched some by myself just because I was bored, right? And I can tell you right now, the show isn't for me. Okay?
Okay, that's fine.
Obviously, it's a huge show. People love it. So it's for other people, and I get that. These fuckers won't allow it to not be for me. They'll have conversations about it, right? And I won't even talk about it. I won't even butt in. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll be like, but fucking Tanner hates it. And I'm like, yeah, dude, it's not a crime to not like the show. Is it?
No, it's not a crime to not like the show, but it's a good show. That's what I'm saying.
I understand you guys come from a place of like wanting me to be a part of it, and wanting me to like know the story and shit like that, and I get that. But I just don't fucking like it. Like,
alright, that's fine.
There's so much incest. What's up with the incest?
There's not that much incest.
No. You can't preface it with "there's not that much incest."
Okay, there is some incest. First episode. I don't think it's the first sex scene in the show, but it's like the second or third in the first episode. And they're just fucking.
It's just a guy clapping his sister's fucking cheeks, dude.
And then he kills he doesn't kill the kid, but fucking.
Don't spoil anything.
Okay, no spoilers.
But he's clapping this girl, it's his own sister.
Yeah.
And he's clapping her cheeks from behind like there's nothing
He basically
wrong.
almost rapes her in one scene, but like.
That's the pilot of the show, Brock. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, okay, I understand where you're coming from. But it gets better with time. Just like,
No,
I know you get mad when I say that, but everything gets better with time. You can't argue with that. Human beings, we get better in time.
Yeah,
everything gets better with time.
I agree. But my thing is the incest. The incest doesn't get better with time. You just get numb to it over time.
Yeah, you do get used to it.
And that's fucked up. That's a fucked up thing to get used to. I don't care what you're watching, dude. Imagine a Marvel
But they don't,
movie.
they don't have sex that many times in the show, but like their relationship is still weird.
Imagine a Marvel movie, but Tony Stark is just clapping his sister's cheeks. What do you say about that? Yeah, it wouldn't be like, it gets better with time, bro. You gotta watch it.
But I want to see Tony Stark clapping his sister.
Alright, past the incest.
Okay.
Game of Thrones. One of the main things is the dragons. Do you agree? You watch the first season and it's heavily implied.
So you're saying you wish the dragons came in right away?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
But
that they just drag on the dragons, basically?
Episode 3.
Okay.
Or 4, roughly. I don't remember. But episode 3, they imply that there's dragons in the
Yeah, when she gets the dragon eggs. So
episode 3 of the first fucking season, they talk about the dragons. How long is it until there's an actual sick, dope, awesome dragon scene? He's gonna look.
Because I don't know exactly, so I don't want to just say.
Which I get, but the thing is, dude, there's so many TV shows that are like that nowadays, where they're just trying to pull content. You know what? Do you agree? Like they're trying to stretch shit out as much as possible. There doesn't need to be 8 seasons.
All right, so the first episode and season that they show the dragon is in the 10th episode of. Wait, what the fuck? All right, so it's saying. All right, so never mind. This is not the right thing. Fuck.
It's okay. It's all right, buddy. You'll be all right. But no, dude, it's ridiculous. There doesn't need to be 8 seasons of that fucking show. How many episodes did you watch where it's just filler episodes, where you watch it and you're like, oh, much more could have been done in that episode?
Like not much, honestly, because like I watched the whole entire show, all 7 seasons in 1 month. I was watching this every fucking day. Like I was just watching it every single day, and it was just so good that I just couldn't stop. Like I'd be just laying in my bed about to go to sleep, and the episode happens. Like fuck, I gotta keep watching this now, man. Like it's really good to me.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine, and that's all we can get into about Game of Thrones because there's going to be a much deeper.
Oh, we're gonna fucking way deeper.
So, all right, Carson and Dane are huge Game of Thrones fans. They're going to try to come in and attack me personally. I'm telling you guys right now. You're going to watch it and see. What's going to work is when I bring up valid points of why I don't like the show, and it's not for me. They're going to personally attack the way I watch television. Because that's their argument almost every time. I'll be like, dude, I just don't like stuff that's slow. And they're like, that's because you have no fucking patience, dude. It's not our fault. Chill out, dude. It's ridiculous, man.
But it is a great show. Check it out. I mean, you probably already have, so never mind.
Yeah, I'm sure they've fucking seen Game of Thrones. Or at least heard about it.
Yeah. Another good show, Atlanta. Great show.
Man, I love Donald Glover.
Donald Glover, great in that show. It's just amazing. Season 2, episode 7, one of the best episodes of television I've seen in my fucking life. Can't talk about it because Tanner hasn't seen it yet, but once he has, we will fucking talk about it.
I'm planning on I will definitely watch it by next week for sure.
Oh, good shit.
Next time, dude, on the next podcast, I might not have a front tooth. Think about that.
Wait, when are you getting pulled?
It's not confirmed that it's getting pulled yet.
You should. It'd be fucking funny.
I think it'd be hilarious.
It'd be funny.
Anyways, so there's something going on with my tooth that's just like unexpected. It's just some shit.
Abscess.
Yeah, it's an abscess. It's in some situations it's avoidable. Some situations it's not. I think
it just comes.
Yeah, I was plagued with one. I keep alright.
Plagued with
one.
Dude,
I keep alright. Care of my teeth. But anyways, it's this fucking front tooth. I had to go to the ER. It was a whole shitty ordeal, but it doesn't really matter. Anyways, I'm going to the dentist tomorrow at 11 o'clock, they're going to do x-rays, and they're going to tell me if I get to fucking keep my tooth or not. That's sketchy, because it's this one, guys.
Because if not, they're going to have to go in and just have surgery on your teeth, basically.
They're going to pull my tooth. Yeah. I'm pretty sure, like, it's getting...
That's probably the easiest way, honestly.
If I want them to just pull it, and then I can just get it implanted in and just get, like, a cooler tooth. I was thinking a gold one would be sick.
It's not going to look like cool gold, though.
How do you know?
It's going to look like this kind of gold.
Are you a fucking dentist, dude?
I just know because they showed me. Because one time when I had a cavity, I asked what kind of filling I wanted. And I was just like, give me the fucking clear one, man. I want to look like I got some fucked up shit on my teeth. Because, you know, there's some people who just have, like, the silver shits, you know? Mm-hmm. They just have it, like, on their teeth and, like, just looks grimy.
It does look weird, man.
Yeah, it's grimy.
I want braces really bad, but also I think
they're pretty fucking expensive.
Well, yeah, the money is not that big of an issue. As of right now, I got pretty good insurance, but, like, I also feel like just a fucked up mouth is part of my brand at this point in time. But yeah, anyways, braces just a part of my brand. People see me and they're like, oh, you know, fucked up teeth. Yeah. That's me. Yeah, so I don't necessarily know what I want to do, but I definitely think that if they pulled this tooth and gave me a new one, that'd be sick. But I don't want to have to be front toothless for like a month. You know what I'm saying?
It probably would be a month, honestly.
Why do you think a month? You're the dentist.
I'm not a dentist, but like it's just. Their schedules, like my dentist, like they're always backed up and shit.
You think they'll give me like a?
Because like if I already have an appointment scheduled, and if I want to reschedule it, they fucking put it back like 2 months.
Yeah, you think they'll give me like a fake tooth or something, like a
filler for a little bit,
like just like some shit you could just put in.
I don't know. It'd be funny though, because you just take it and walk around.
Yeah, I'll probably just have it out anyways. It's just like that's hilarious. Yeah. Anything else you want to say that's super pressing on this podcast, this episode, man?
I think that's probably good for this episode.
Honestly,
keep it short and sweet.
I think that we should do like an introduction to us as people. So
okay.
People that don't know us, they watch it and they kind of understand where we're coming from.
All right, yeah.
You go first.
So we do know our hot takes. All right, so my name's Brock. If you didn't know, that's just me. I'm just a cool guy, chill. I don't really care about like a lot of shit. Nothing really angers me that much. And yeah, I'll be saying a lot of shit that you might get offended by. Just don't be a pussy about it. And if you don't like it, just don't watch it. That's about it.
Yeah, so I'm the same way as far as like, I'm just trying to find a joke in everything. If you get offended, you're fucking pussy. Like, I'm sorry to say it. Most of the shit I say is probably going to be a little vulgar. I want to talk about Louis C.K. for a minute, okay?
Yeah, let's talk about Louis C.K. after this. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know much about it.
Alright, anyways, like, I just like to find a joke about everything. So if I say something fucked up, no, it's coming from a place of, like, love and not a place of just absolute hate. But anyways, let's get into Louis C.K., dude.
Alright, I'm looking it up right now so I can get filled in while you're talking.
Alright, so from what I understand, about a year ago, Louis C.K. was outed in the Me Too movement. Okay? Most of the Me Too movements are horrible. People are doing heinous things, right?
Oh yeah, especially they're just fucking trying to ruin people's careers for money, and it's fucking bullshit.
No, not to women. I'm talking about the people that do heinous shit to the women.
But some of it's not true, is what I'm saying. Like some of it might be true, and that's fucked up. No woman should be have to go through that. But some of it is just lies, so they can get money quick.
And I agree. So, but listen. Say we're taking everything at face value and all these women are telling the truth. Harvey Weinstein did some fucked up shit. You know, Russell Simmons did some fucked up shit.
I felt sorry for Louis C.K. And look at this one.
See? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude.
Anyways, Louis C.K., I feel like, got the shitty end of the stick as far as the Me Too movement goes. I understand beating off in front of women without their consent is really fucked up.
Wait, is that what he did?
Oh yeah, big time.
That's fucking...
Yeah.
That's kind of funny, but...
Big time. It was fucked up.
It's pretty funny, but it's fucked up too.
Listen, okay? He did a lot of shit that could have ruined, you know, women's careers and things like that. And I'm not an insider. I don't know the whole situation, right? But the fact of the matter is, that is so small scale compared to what other people have done to women. Harvey Weinstein, for example.
Oh, Harvey Weinstein's just a piece of shit. Harvey Weinstein's a piece
Bill
of shit.
Cosby, dude. Why are we can't? I just don't understand.
Harvey Weinstein was making women fuck him just so they can get jobs in Hollywood. Like, that shit's fucked up. That should not be tolerated.
My thing is, why do we have to cancel everybody's career? Why can't there be like levels to the judgment system within what's going on? Right? Harvey Weinstein probably deserves to never work in Hollywood again. He's done some really fucked up. Kevin Spacey.
I think he's still like on trial or something.
Yeah,
he might be.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not going to get into legal things because I don't know. But Kevin Spacey, for instance, he came on to multiple young men, young boys.
Wait, Kevin Spacey?
Kevin Spacey. From House of Cards, you know?
Yeah.
That's why he's not on House of Cards anymore. He's not. He might be a good actor, but he's a horrible human.
Horrible.
And I don't think that he deserves to work in Hollywood anymore. Bill Cosby probably is never going to get out of prison.
No, hopefully not.
But like, let's talk.
He's probably gonna. He's fucking. The fuck?
Louis C.K.
Nope.
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby's probably gonna die in prison.
Yeah.
He's old as fuck in prison.
But let's talk about this for a second, right? Aziz Ansari. Did you hear about that situation?
Wait, somehow Aziz did something?
Allegedly.
I respect.
He was drunk.
All right.
He was at a woman's house. She invited him over, I believe. I don't know the whole. Pull up the Aziz.
So you probably thought it was a booty call.
Anyways, I don't think that there was any sex that went on. I think he just misread the signs and he came on to this woman, right? Mm-hmm. There was a move to cancel his career, man. I don't get it. Look up. Aziz
okay, so this one, I'm about to stop lumping Aziz in with the bad men of Me Too.
Let him read to you some of this article so you guys kind of get a grasp of what it was, because I don't want to misquote or mislead anybody. You know, it would be pretty fucked up for me. So, what does it say about Rocco?
Hold on, I'm trying to just get the gist of it.
But anyways,
because
like,
it's not saying what he did.
The fact is, there's levels to this. You know, we can't be canceling everybody's career because they made a mistake when they were drunk or they did something wrong. I'm not saying Louis C.K. made a mistake while he was drunk. It was on multiple occasions. But I also think there's something that has to be said about Louis C.K.'s mental state. Like, he's not the most attractive guy. Comedy's probably the only thing that's ever gave him power, you know. So as far as like misusing his power, no good human being should ever do that. But I also don't think that he was in a mental state of clarity when he did these situations. You can tell by his stand-ups. He's saying these things on his stand-up shows. He wasn't distruthful about it. He wasn't lying about it. He wasn't in the closet hiding it. He came out and said as soon as they alleged, he was like, yeah, I did that. It was a fucked up thing. He's actively trying to work himself and do better. Louis C.K. has always been like an edgy comedian. Always said some really...
A lot of hot takes. For
yeah,
sure.
But that's his brand.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like when he says that type of shit before the Me Too movement, it's hilarious.
With all the PC culture, people get offended at.
Even then. But because he has these eyes on him in a new light, he can't even make an edgy joke about the situation, even if it's away from the Me Too movement. Like he recently said some stuff about the Parkland school shooting kids that, yeah, like if you read it from a script, it's not funny, but that's what stand-up comedy is, to try to make light out of shitty situations.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
He also made some jokes about like transsexual people and stuff like that.
Alright, fucking hilarious.
And I'm on the same way of believing, like if you read it, it's heinous. It's a really fucked up thing to say. But if you hear it in his stand-up and you know his brand, like if you know where he's coming from, then that's okay to laugh at that. You're not a piece of shit to think that's funny.
Yeah. I got the fucking Aziz.
Yeah, let me hear it.
Alright, so it says, fucking on January 13th, the website babe.net published a lengthy account from an anonymous 23-year-old woman referred as Grace about a date with Aziz on September 2017 that said she went horribly wrong. She not only calls it by far the worst experience with a man I've ever had, but emphasizes that has come to understand with her experience with Ansari as sexual assault. And then it says the Babe.net report is markedly different from any others that have came out about the situation since the New York Times broke the story of Harvey Weinstein's decades of alleged abuse in October. And it's fucking basically saying he didn't sexually assault her. It's a bad date. She took it as sexual assault for like no reason.
So one biased source puts out this. So that's the problem, in my opinion. A lot of the
And he
problem
just gets attacked from one
is that
source, but all the other sources say
And that
nothing
it's-
happened. It was just a day that didn't go good.
Well, it's a problem with the internet, first and
Oh, yeah.
foremost, because the internet gives everybody a voice, which is a great thing because people who are oppressed have this great opportunity to say something. But at the same time, you can have extremely biased things.
You can't be believing. You can't believe you believe in everything that everybody's saying.
So, all right, for instance, say it's 1980, right? Brock's a famous celebrity. I'm not. I'm his good friend. Was at one point. Maybe there was a something bad happened, like a bad deal or something, right? So I'm no longer his friend. Okay? In the 80s, everything goes by the way that it should. Like Brock's career is not tarnished because he made an enemy out of me. No matter what way it is. It's not like people actively know this. If there's something completely wrong, like you did something fucked up to me, then that sucks because I can't. No one's gonna hear my story because you're a famous celebrity. But say maybe like you loaned me $1,000, I never paid it back, so you don't want to talk to me anymore, and that offends me. In the age of the internet, I can call one of these sleazy
TMZ, any fucking body.
I can call and be like, listen, with even the slightest bit of evidence, you don't have to have it. I can be like,
you don't have to have any evidence.
No,
it's just word of mouth.
I can say Brock is a piece of shit human being. He's done this to me. Couldn't be true. I could say you raped me, and people would be like,
they would believe it
oh,
instantly.
Brock's a horrible piece of shit because one group of people wanted to make monetary value over this situation
and make a little money,
and they publish it.
Yeah.
No matter how truthful
it is, ruins a guy's career.
They don't fact check because there's different reporters. There's different people. Good reporters are going to do the research before they put out something, but it doesn't matter anymore because good reporters in this day and age aren't going to get a click.
Oh no.
It's going to be the bad reporters who are completely
have a fucking sticky story.
They're unafraid to say something really extremely fucked up because that's what people want to see.
And my thing is, I hate the fucking tweets, the old tweets that people bring up and it ruins people's careers. Like, with James Gunn, okay, that was deserved, I think, because those tweets were kind of fucked up. He was talking about fucking little kids. But that's not okay.
Hold on. Okay, what I'm gonna say is about to sound really fucked up. But you have to understand where I'm coming from. If you were on Twitter before 2000,
it was a fucking ruthless place.
You have to understand that people went on Twitter to say extremely vulgar, fucked up shit because it was the anti-Facebook. At that time, older people were starting to buy into Facebook.
And all the younger generations Twitter.
And people rebelled and were like, nah, we're gonna make this thing called Twitter ours. So fucked up shit was said about all sorts of things. If you dug up my tweets, thank God I always delete them, so you fuckers are never gonna catch me. But if you dug up some of my old tweets, or even some of my new tweets, honestly, I've said some fucked up shit. But you have to understand that, like, when James Gunn tweeted that stuff, it wasn't from the standpoint of like some celebrity who has a voice. You know, it wasn't like he had popped off and was like some crazy director for a Marvel movie at that point in time, right? But
I also know, like, what he tweeted, I don't think it's a joke, because like that shit was kind of like fucked up, and I actually think he was thinking about it, because you don't fucking know what that man was thinking.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, but he could have definitely been thinking about fucking little kids.
The way that I'm explaining it, or trying to at least, I hope I'm doing a good job, is like I'm just trying to say that in any situation, not even the James Gunn situation, you can't take a little piece of script.
Oh no, not at all. Because especially with the Kevin Hart shit that he tweeted, that shit was fucking hilarious.
Exactly.
That joke about fucking if you eat a chicken wing in one whole swoop or some shit, you're gay. Fucking hilarious.
That's funny.
Good joke.
That's funny.
And he tweeted that, and somebody brought it out, and then the Oscars made him either he'd have to apologize to the gay community or he can't host the Oscars. So he decided to not host the Oscars because there's no reason he should fucking apologize over a funny ass joke.
And so that's the thing, is that like you can't take that stuff at face value because 100% of the time it's going to be offensive. You see what I'm saying? In the situation that maybe James Gunn tweeted that, and I'm not defending James Gunn, but I just want to make that clear. I'm just kind of playing devil's advocate to this. In that situation, you don't know if he was inebriated. You don't know if he had thought of a funny joke about that and was like trying to set it up. You don't know if he really thought that, because like I said,
we have no idea.
I have no idea. So the fact of the matter is, Chris D'Elia on the Tiger Belly podcast actually had a really good point about this, because they were just talking about this last week. Is Disney has I guarantee that they have a group of people that, like, if they hire you on to fucking direct it.
No, they knew about the tweets.
They had to have known.
No, they even knew about the tweets. And then somebody online searchers resurfaced them. James Gunn's dumbass didn't fucking delete him for some reason.
That's the thing.
But fucking someone just resurfaced him out of nowhere, and then they had to fire him because the tweets got resurfaced. And it was a big thing.
That's the thing. It's not Disney fired them because they don't agree with his standpoints.
Yeah.
They fired him because someone found out.
And they wanted to tarnish Disney's name.
You see how that works?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's not fair.
No.
It's not that, like, in other situations where maybe you didn't know about this and it gets brought to light and you've been working with this person who's said some really fucked up, heinous, bullshit, shitty things. In that situation, it might be like, okay, maybe it's time for me to separate from you, wish things could have worked a little differently. But in this situation, you knew he tweeted this fucking heinous, gross shit.
Oh, yeah.
You still hired him. His movie became a huge success.
Both movies
became huge.
Box office hits, grossed over, like, I don't know how much, but fucking
hugely successful movies. And then as soon as he gets a little, fame, he gets a little clout, he gets
almost to destroy his career.
People actively try to destroy his career.
Yeah.
You see how that works? And it's not fair at Disney for them to be like, we knew about it, but you got busted, so we're gonna have to fire you. So, like, the Oscars, for instance, what Oscars did, it was the Oscars that did it to Kevin Hart. What they did to Kevin Hart was fucked up, in my opinion, because he's a comedian.
It's a fucking hilarious joke, man. Like,
if you hire someone as a comedian, Kevin Hart's main job is to be a comedian, to say funny things. If you hire him as a comedian, right, and he does something that a comedian would do,
can't fucking make him.
You can't fault that man or be mad at that man because that's his brand. That's what he does. If you watch any of his stand-ups, he'll say some shit that's really kind of edgy because that's what comedians do.
Yeah, you gotta be on the
So when the Oscars came up to him and they found out about this tweet, I don't necessarily think the Oscars are in the wrong for him not being, like, for them to be like, hey, look, man, you gotta apologize. If not, we're gonna go with somebody else. Yeah. But I really don't agree with the way that people handle those tweets. In the fact that, like, oh, he deserves to not be an Oscar. He's a comedian. You knew that when he got announced, and you were excited about it. You knew he was a comedian. But because he says one thing, and everybody on the internet deserves to have their opinion out, to be opinionated, they have to talk about it. Which is another, a downside of the internet. Everyone has to say something, even if they don't personally agree with it, because Twitter nowadays, especially, is so PC in the way that they handle.
The whole world's fucking PC.
In the way that they handle anything. So the fact of the matter is, they don't have a filter. I could personally think Kevin Hart is hilarious, but when I see that, and I'm, someone who's brainwashed by Twitter, or someone who is under the thought of that, like, if I tweet something in response to this, I'll get a lot of likes, or if I tweet something in response to this, people will hear me. So he or she can have a completely different standpoint and still tweet out about this. Yeah. And the crazy thing is now it's fucking up Kevin Hart's money.
Oh yeah, he was gonna get a fucking big paycheck for that.
Oh, I'm sure he was getting the bag for that. So you understand that what you're doing is not only taking food out of Kevin Hart's mouth or fucking someone's life over. What you're doing is making it to where we're putting up these boundaries everywhere.
Oh yeah.
That when someone whose literal job, a comedian's job, is to make you laugh, the biggest part of that is jumping boundaries and saying something that's uncomfortable.
You always gotta say some shit that's uncomfortable.
When he does that, for you to be mad at him is just ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it's fucking so dumb, pointless. They shouldn't even made him apologize. I'm glad he didn't. I love when he said he wasn't gonna apologize. There's no need to apologize. There's nothing that offended the gay community at all. And if it did offend the gay community, he lives with the decision that he made to say that. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? 100%. Like if it offended somebody, and the gay community doesn't like that situation, I understand that because even though it is a joke at their expense. Yeah. And I personally probably wouldn't get offended by that. I don't know very many people that would, but there are people out there that would get offended by that. But that's what comedy is. That's what the art of joke telling is to be a little offensive, say edgy shit.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't see, for instance, you don't see fucking President Obama. he never tweeted some shit like that because that's not his job.
Yeah.
That's not what he is known for. You don't see, like, maybe...
You see Donald Trump tweeting some shit, but
Yeah.
another story.
I mean, he debatably is a comedian.
So. He might be, dude.
But yeah, I mean, it's just...
presidency's a joke.
It's things like that are just, like, in this culture nowadays where it's hard to, like, as, for instance, someone like us, we're up and coming, we're making our first podcast now. It's hard for us to want to get into this type of thing because you're always on eggshells.
Oh, yeah.
No matter where you go.
Right now, since we're not, like, big, we can say whatever the fuck we want. So
that's the goal.
There you go.
But yeah. That's kind of my whole thought about that whole thing, and I just hope that situation ends as soon as possible because it's annoying, it's hard, for, like...
People need to quit being pussies about
In
everything.
2009, comedians could go so over.
They can say whatever they want. On anywhere, dude.
So now, when you hear things from 2009 for someone like... So Joe Rogan, for instance. Joe Rogan's a perfect example of this. He's never really been outed for saying something really fucked up or anything like that. But if you look from things from way back in the day, there's some stuff that you can see that are misconstrued as hurtful or offensive.
But they're just jokes.
But they're just jokes, and that's the way that he was thinking at that point in time. Humans evolve over time. You know that, especially because if you're a fan of the Joe Rogan podcast or podcasts in general, you've probably heard a couple Joe Rogan podcasts. And you can tell now how aware of those types of things he is and how ignorant he used to be. And he actively tries to put those conceptions to bed by proving that he was wrong about those situations. So it's unfair for some, like James Gunn, for instance. How young was he when he tweeted those? He was pretty young, I think.
I think they were just 2012.
Still,
because I'm pretty sure right now he's like a 30-year-old man or something.
So he was in his 20s. He was in his 20s. Early 20s when he tweeted those things.
I'm actually gonna look up these.
Yeah,
tweets, I want to read them off.
Look up James Gunn's age because that's important to know. I guess we shouldn't be saying stuff about him if we don't know.
Oh, he's 52 years old, so yeah, he doesn't.
What?
Yeah, he's 52, so he knew the.
James Gunn is 52 years old. 52. He looks like a 13-year-old boy.
Yeah, bro. He's 52. He was born in 1966.
Let me see a picture of this fucking guy, dude. He looks so young.
Yeah, bro. He looks like he's fucking 30 right here. Okay.
Look up. No, just look up. Yeah, James Gunn tweets, dude. We'll find him. Images. Go to images.
Yeah. He's alright. He's awful. So retweet at whatever the fuck. I like it when little boys touch me in my silly place.
So that wasn't his tweet though. He retweeted that.
Okay. All right.
Still fucked up.
It's fucked up. Photo shoot with fucking add some people. I don't give a fuck. But trying to maintain a semi-chub so it'll look impressive in these photos.
That's kind of funny. That's kind of. I mean, I.
Because it was just a fucking photo shoot with like all women, I think. The Hardy Boys and the mystery of what it feels like when Uncle Bernie fists me.
Oh. That one's a little rough, dude.
The Expendables was so mainly fucked the shit out of what? This is blurry, but the Expendables was so mainly I fucked the shit. Oh, this was so manly. I fucked the shit out of the little pussy boy next to me. The boys are back in town.
That's fucked up too.
It's fucked up, man.
Well, how long ago were these tweets?
They were all in 2010.
2010-11 Twitter was a whole different place.
But he's still talking about fucking boys. He just said, "Oh, fucking was so manly. I fucked a little pussy boy next to me."
But you have to admit it. When you read it, it's in a joking.
Yeah. Okay.
He's not like seriously tweeting like, "Any little boys, give me your number. I want to fuck you." He never said anything gross like that. You know.
3 men and a baby. They had sex with #unromantic movies.
Yeah, that's a little bad. I will agree. All right, we're off the James. We don't want to.
These tweets are bad as fuck.
Those are fucked up for sure. All right, man. I think we're getting close to the hour mark. You want to wrap it up?
Yeah, let's go for it.
You have something to say? You want to say?
So we'll have our next episode up probably next week. So you should definitely check that out. Kobe and Dane will be on. So like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
I just want to say thank you for watching a whole hour of us talk, even though most of you guys probably don't really know us or care all that much. That's cool. That's dope. This episode, I'll be honest with you, probably isn't going to be our most entertaining episode.
No, it's probably going to be one of the worst ones, but we're going to get fucking way better.
I can
just watch.
Yeah, I can already feel like this episode wasn't the best. There was a lot of dead spots.
Yeah.
We're working on it, we know. Bear with us.
We're going to get better with time. Hopefully next episode when we have guests, it will be better.
The second episode, I feel like, is going to be a lot better because the guests, there's not going to be any time for not talking. Especially with fucking Kobe and Dan's bitch ass, dude. I swear to God. But yeah, so I just think that it's important for us to get better, but I also think that it's also important for you guys to like the show. So
yeah. So just wait for the next episode before you don't watch it ever again. Just don't do
give
that.
us a chance, please.
Please give us a chance.
But yeah,
we'll get there.
So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed. We'll probably see you around this time next week if all things go well. I may or may not have a tooth. All right, man. We'll catch you later.
Peace out.
Bye, guys. Did you hit end? Dude, that was a good episode, dude. I said the N-word.
You did?
Oh yeah, we gotta edit that out.
What did you say? I didn't even hear.
I said niggas look in my mouth.
Keep it.
No way, dude. I'm like